I just love building things. I mean, it's really like being a magician. Right? When you can design a circuit board and you know, put these little components in different places and connect them with these little traces, and then all of a sudden can do this magical thing. It's a very arcane kind of knowledge. Very few people in the world possess that knowledge. I've always been interested in how things work, taking things apart, building things, the engineering side. And I've always been interested in what's beyond. When I was young, I would pretend to be sick so that I could stay home from school and invent stuff. I remember building a little thing so my cat could touch the door, and then it would, levers and pulleys would happen and gears would move and motors, and then the door would open and the cat could come in. Or that if my brother tried to get in my room, he'd get electrically shocked. When I finished grad school, left with a sense of sort of dissatisfaction, of existential angst, I ended up at this yoga ashram in Virginia. I'd been approaching life only looking outside of myself. That is what my suffering hinged upon. The only thing that I really want to work on as an engineer is supporting the deepest aspects of the human experience. People have been studying meditation now for a couple decades. It's well established. It's called contemplative science. I want to do contemplative engineering. I want to apply that science towards creating new technologies to deepen the meditation experience. I spent about the better part of a year learning everything that I could about the brain and all the possible technologies in the body and any way that you could possibly engineer enlightenment. And so here we are at Esalen in a room with about 300 pounds of electronic equipment, draped with wires and lights and, a whole control console with a bunch of screens and graphs. I mean, this is not like, a metaphor of technology. This is really like a lot of advanced technology that we have in the room. We're really trying to explore how this tech can be used to deepen a sense of connection with oneself and with the other and with the collective. And we can take up to 24 people at a time, connect them to sensors that measure their heart, we can measure the breath, we can measure the brain, we can measure electrodermal response, which is a skin conductivity. It's connected to emotional arousal. And we can turn all of that into light and sound and music. Unlike a lot of the biofeedback technology or things you might buy off the shelf, this doesn't do just one thing or two things. It actually can do thousands of things that are way beyond anything I've imagined. And so for this month, we're bringing in different facilitators from different traditions. From Zen monks to, we had East Forest, who's an electronic musician. We have a poet, a dance teacher, really a wide variety. And we have this experimental kind of process that we take them through where we introduce them to the tech and we just really throw them in the fire. And they take their decades of experience facilitating and they see how they can use the technology to add to what they already do. There's absolutely no reason why modern technology can't be designed with the intention to support awakening and be used and treated as a sacred or spiritual tool.